Hey, it's Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by...
This is Ross Dolan from Immolation from New York.
It's absolutely awesome to be chatting to you tonight. I love Atonement, which was released at the end of February. What has the response been like to the latest album from media and the fans?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive. I mean, it's not something we expected. I mean, we always kind of, go into it positive, to a degree. And, we always expect, have, some sort of, negative comments or whatnot. But for this one, it's been overwhelmingly positive. We just finished touring here in the States with the Cavalara brothers for the Return to Roots tour, and we played a lot of the new material live. We played about 5 of the new songs live, and some of the shows were before the album was even out, and the response live to the new material was just overwhelming. I mean, the kids really loved it, and the reviews from the press have all been super positive, and I've had a chance to talk to a lot of fans on the road, at the merch table and just, walking around the crowd. And I think everybody really enjoys this record. They love it. So I guess we did something good with this one, so it's been really good.
So you just finished the tour with the Cavalara brothers. How was that tour? Did you actually do any guest appearances with them on any of the songs? Yeah,
actually we did. It was actually a really cool tour, man. It was a fun tour for us. It was us, Full of Hell, and of course, the Cavalaras and the Return to Roots crew. So it was 3 bands. The Full of Hell guys, younger guys, but man, just phenomenal live band. Really grounded guys. Awesome people to tour with. And the Cavalaras for us, touring with those 2 guys was just an absolute honor for us because, early Sepultura was a huge inspiration on Immolation back in the 80s. So to actually get to tour with these guys and to kind of, get to know them as people and to see that they are still totally into the music, still totally on fire. And they're real humble guys, man. Really, no egos. They were just such the nicest guys, man. And they invited our drummer Steve up, with the drummer from Full of Hell, Dave, and every night, Max and Igor and Steve and Dave would go up there and do some like a tribal drum little interlude for about 5-10 minutes and just hitting the drums, and it sounded really cool every night. And then at the end of the set, Max and Igor would play some classic stuff, and one of the songs they played was Black Metal from Venom. Mm-hmm. So I would go up there every night with Dylan, the singer from Full of Hell, and we'd all sing Black Metal with Max, and it was fun. So it was a lot of group participation on the tour, which was actually really nice, man, because it really brings the bands together. And when I talked to Max about this, he was like, it's just a fun thing, and bands are very separated, on a tour, especially in the States when everybody's traveling long distances and everybody's traveling separately. So it really gives everybody a chance, all the bands to kind of come together collectively and have fun. So it was one of the highlights of the tour for me. Actually, was getting up there every night with Max and Dylan and Igor and the other guys and playing Black Metal. It was just really something I really look forward to every night. So it was an awesome tour. We leave for Europe in a couple of weeks. We're going to be touring Europe with Vader. We're doing a co-headlining thing with Vader. We'll be doing a bunch of stuff in the UK. I think we're doing Manchester, London. We're doing a festival. I think it's in Bristol, I think. I could be wrong, but I know we're doing a festival. And then we're doing a show in Glasgow and a show in Dublin. So we'll be doing a bunch of stuff up in your neck of the woods, which is cool, So we're excited, man. So we'll be over there for about 3 weeks with Vader, and then we come back and we do the Decibel Beer and Metal Fest in Philly, like the day after we return on the 22nd of April. So we'll be busy up to that point, and then right now we're just kind of planning out the rest of the year. We want to keep busy with this record and do a lot. So. We're trying to plan out the end of the year now.
Which 2 songs would you play me to introduce me to Atonement?
Oh, good question. There's a lot of diversity on the record. I mean, all the songs kind of have so much going on. I would probably play, let's see, When the Jackals Come, which is track 2, and probably Lower, which is later on in the record. So I think number 7 or so. So those two. Lower is just a very dark, heavy song. It has a lot of slower, multi-layered sections. Very cool song, very different song for us. Very cool drum patterns, great solos. And then When the Jackals Come is just a very fast, intense song. Very bleak, with it just one of the best, I think, endings that Bob has ever come up with for a song. So those two would be my introduction songs to the record. But there's so many other ones I could have picked, but those two, I think, because they kind of represent two different aspects of the record. So
obviously you've just released the album, but are you already writing and thinking of the next album?
No, not yet. I mean, we're gonna have to, soon. We'd like to close the gap between releases. So instead of this album took us almost 4 years, we'd like to get the next one out in maybe 2 years. This way the fans don't have to wait as long. So yeah. It's something we're going to have to, address soon in the upcoming months, but nothing we've thought about at the moment.
Come over to the UK and Europe. What can we expect from Immolation live show?
I think live is where the band really shines, to be honest with you. I think we're a very solid live act at this point. It took us a long time to get there. It took us many years to really be comfortable on that stage, but I think now... I think that's kind of where the band really shines. So I think the fans can expect to hear a lot of the new material, at least 5 of the new songs off the new record. And then we're going to have a mixed bag of older stuff, more recent material off the last couple of records and a couple of older ones thrown in there for good measure. So it'll be a fairly balanced set, but we're definitely going to go heavier on the new material just because... we're real excited about the new stuff, and it's fun to play, and I think the fans really want to hear these new songs live. So that's what can be expected.
I love the album artwork. Do you have that framed at your home?
Not yet. I got to do something with it. We finally got some posters, and we finally got the vinyl, the gatefold vinyl, which really looks amazing. I mean, with all the extra art pieces that is a big new date in addition to Par's cover piece. So, yeah, I mean, it really the look and feel of this release is just spectacular. I mean, we couldn't have planned it out any better, and it really. I think it has a lot to offer visually to the fans. It has a lot of cool stuff in there. So, yeah, but soon I'll have to have that framed.
Yeah, I keep saying that. I've got the Creator Gatefold album and everything, and the blood spatter and everything, and I keep wanting to get it framed and everything, but I just never get around to it. But I will do it. I will.
yeah, totally. I know it's just one of those things. You're just like, oh, I got to do it, and you just keep forgetting. You just kind of have it propped up somewhere.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Can you tell me what has been the most outrageous thing you have ever done in the name of metal?
Oh, yeah, we've done a lot of outrageous things. I mean, I would say driving coast to coast straight in a van, 3 days to get to a show in Connecticut from Portland, Oregon was pretty insane and pretty intense. I mean, trying to just drive, straight across to make a show. That was pretty challenging. Driving through snowstorms and mountains and all kinds of crap. I think all of that is pretty insane to do. Just to perform, to play a show. But, you do what you have to do, We've had a lot of crazy traveling, a lot of crazy, plane rides and airport grizzles, for like 12, 15 hours. So, yeah, we do a lot of craziness to, to accommodate the fans. So, it's all good, though. We enjoy it, so.
Your proudest moment to date in your whole career?
Oh, we've had a ton of moments that we're proud of. I mean... Wow, I mean, we recently got the cover of Decibel magazine here in the States, which is a big deal for us. Decibel is kind of like, the U.S., the U.S. metal magazine. It's one of the only ones we have, and it's a great magazine. So we got the cover of that, which was a kind of a big milestone for us. Another proud moment is when we finished writing the 100th song for the record, which was Epiphany, and we realized we had 100 songs written, since the very beginning of the band. So I think that's a milestone, just to have 100 songs, to have 10 records out, to be around for almost 30 years. So a lot of little proud moments and milestones for the band, especially more recently. So, but I think at the end of the day, we're just glad to still be doing it and still have fun doing it, and still be able to, bring the music to different parts of the world, so the fans can really enjoy it. It's such a cool experience, to experience live music, where, right there in front of the band is just nothing else like it, I think. So it's, we love it all.
I mean, you don't sound like you've been in the business 30 years, really. You don't. You sound like a new band. And I know you have been in the business 30 years, so, God.
Yeah.
It's just the enthusiasm's oozing out from you.
Yeah, I mean, we still enjoy it. I mean, I think that's probably one of the key things that keeps us, going, is the fact that we still do enjoy it. We're still like, kids, we're still like we were when we started as far as the enthusiasm level. I mean, of course, as the years go on, it has its challenges. When you're in your late 40s, maybe touring in a van isn't like, the best thing in the world for you physically. But, it is what it is. You do what you got to do, and, all that aside, I mean, we still love every aspect of what we do, whether it's, playing live or, recording in the studio or writing the music or writing the lyrics together or, talking to the press or just meeting the fans. I mean, every aspect of what we do, we enjoy still. So I think that's very important, I think, for any band. I think once you lose that magic, it's very hard to kind of fake it, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't ever want to fake it. I always want to be honest, with ourselves first and foremost. So, we still enjoy it, and we'll continue to do it as long as it's honest and we still enjoy it,
Absolutely. You'll be out there on your Zimmer frame and in your wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was totally new to heavy metal, which 2 albums would you give to me to introduce me to the scene?
To metal? Oh man, there's a ton of records. I would probably give you like one of the many great Black Sabbath records, whether it's Volume 4 or Masters of Reality or Paranoid or even the first record. One of those to start out with to kind of, get you immersed in the roots, where it all started. And then maybe, if you're a beginner, you don't want to lay it on too heavy. So maybe something from Iron Maiden's catalog or Judas Priest, maybe, Screaming for Vengeance or Defenders of the Faith by Priest, or maybe Number of the Beast or Peace of Mind, or even Power Slave by Maiden, as a new fan, just to kind of get you, acclimated to the heavier sounds. And then from there, you could have the more advanced classes where we go into the thrash stuff, and then the darker thrash stuff, and then the earlier extreme stuff like Possessed Seven Churches or Dark Angel, Darkness Descends, and stuff along those lines. Creator, Pleasure to Kill, Sodom, that kind of stuff. And then eventually we get you into the heavier stuff, So that's how I would groom you. Thank you guys for the support, man, for so many years. It's really been a pleasure for us to still be out here and to still have the fans supporting us. And, as long as we get the support of you guys, we'll still do it, and it's going to be cool coming up in a few weeks. We'll finally get back to the UK in a big way and get to see a lot of the fans. So we're just looking forward to it. We always look forward to bringing the show on the road and get to travel and meet new people. So, yeah, I just want to thank everybody for their, continued support for 29 years. It means everything to us, man. So thank you. This is Ross Dolan from Immolation, and you're listening to the Metal Gods Meltdown.